y'all, Deanna Fierce here with another video. Today I am going to be talking about my 5 steps to becoming a model. So stay tuned and I'm going to get right into it. So here are my 5 steps that are good for all models across the board, okay? Number 1, know your model type. Knowing your model type means that you know what type of model that you want to be based on your height, your body build, based on the things that you enjoy doing. If you're in fitness, if you enjoy walking the runway, if you enjoy high fashion, knowing your model type helps you really hone in on the type of model that you will be able to be your best at. So sometimes we might think that we like to do certain things and then really we're like, you know what, I'd rather do that type. Well, by taking the time to actually know your model type, you take care of all of that. So step number 1, know your model type. Number 2, research agencies. Now, there are ways that you can become a successful model without even being signed to an agency. This is very, very possible. You know, you don't have to be signed to an agency, but if you are wanting to get signed to an agency, you have to make sure that you research the agencies that you enjoy or that you like the way they do things or you like the way they operate. You have to research them to make sure that whenever you have your photos, you know the way that you're supposed to submit them to the agency, you know where that agency is located, you know if you live close by, if you will be able to travel to get there. You have to know all of these things, and you're only going to find those out by researching the agencies that are close by or that's, you know, really, really local that you're able to get to, and therefore when you have your photos, you can submit to those agencies and you already know all this information because you've done your research. So number 3, take photos. Now in step number 2, you heard me talking about, hey, so you can submit your photos to these agencies. Well, guess what? Step 3 is actually getting some photos taken. Now, this can go into your portfolio, which is pretty much your modeling resume whenever you're going into agencies. You can either submit online to agencies. Sometimes they even have open calls, which means they have their doors wide open for you to come in, bring your portfolio, and let them see you face to face and let them know that you want to be a model. And they will sit there, they will look through your portfolio, they will let you know where they see you fitting into their agency, and sometimes they will even let you know maybe some things that you need to work on and you can come back to the agency. So you have to have photos in order to show the agency what you can do. So taking your photos is number 3. Number 4, you have to submit those photos. Now, in step number 2, I already said researching those agencies, right? So now that you know which agency you want to send your photos to, you've actually taken your photos in step number 3. Now step number 4 is submitting those photos to the agencies. So like I said before, you can either submit them online or you can take them into the agency with your portfolio when you go in, when they have an open call. You can even mail them in. There's so many ways that you can actually submit yourself and submit your photos to agencies and people who are looking for models just like you. So why not? After you take those photos and you have good quality photos and the right type of photos, then go ahead and submit them. Let them know that you are ready to be discovered as a model and you are serious about it. So submit those photos to the agency is step number 4. And last but not least, step number 5. Now, most people don't think of this, but I feel as if it's very, very imperative to you as a person who is trying to become a model. After you've taken care of all of step number 1 through 4, hey, while your photos are being reviewed and while the agencies are looking over your stuff, it's time for you to start networking with other industry professionals and really getting your feet wet in terms of modeling. So you might have a local fashion show that's coming up that you can actually go and audition for. So looking at local events around, you might have a local brand that is looking for some models to model their clothes for their website. There are so many different ways that you can actually practice modeling before you even get signed signed to an agency, or even before you get your first paid job. So make sure you network with people in your local area, different photographers. You might have a makeup artist in your area that needs to have a model to model some of their makeup looks. You might have a hairstylist locally that wants to try out a new hairstyle and take some pictures. You can model that way. You might have a fashion designer who needs a model to, model a new shirt that they made. Whatever it is, there's so many different ways that you can get practice becoming the model that you want to be just by working locally. So, and this also gives you good practice. So next time you go to an agency, or when they ask, hey, have you done any modeling work? You can say, yes, I have. I've worked with such, 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 such. And they say, okay, that's good. You've actually been doing some modeling. So it all helps you become the model that you really want to be. All right, y'all, those are my 5 tips to becoming a model. I know you found them useful, and I know you know someone else that can use them. So please feel free to share my video to everyone that could use this information, and make sure you tell them to check out my website as well, DeannaFierce.com, and also follow me on Instagram, as I am constantly updating and showing you pictures of what's going on. So Instagram @DeannaFierce, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.